All right, guys, we've got all right, this is in the absolutes, guys. 30 and up, gi. So Ryan does a good job of getting first to grips. It's a good pull. A little bit dangerous to pull on somebody so much bigger, Ryan. So maybe keep that in mind for the future. Leg X entry. So two things should have happened. Pretty good hip turn right here on Jim. This hand, instead of pushing Jim's base out, which is kind of what allowed him to actually not get swept, this should have just tried to at least maintain this shoulder over hand position, or tried to pull it in a little bit, Ryan, because you actually probably would have slept on that one right off the bat, and then immediately tried again if you had missed it. But this had been up for single leg X until you switch sides. So Jim doing a good job of basing out. So let's talk. What's up with this thing? There we go. So post in the direction that he wants to take you, so you can generate force in the opposite direction here. Don't just stay here though. So once you have this foot planted, use this to start to drive off in the direction that the person has underhook, because underhook is really, really strong, and the best way to kill underhook is to basically drive in the direction of the underhook, making it no longer an underhook at that point. This position here. Yeah, that could have been a balance check too right there, Ryan. Because you've gotten Jim's posting hand under his shoulder several times here. Yep, that's a good spot to hit it, or at least attempt. Close, come up on it. As soon as you felt Ryan come up here, you have to swing around in this direction and stand all the way back up to your feet. If you allow Ryan to beat you up in this position, it's going to end up. There's a delay in this thing. Ryan trying to get his knee on belly points for 2. Jim preventing. Nice. So Jim. So this is really common. So not a bad idea to try to shift Ryan in the direction, because he's generating momentum in that direction. To do it. The real important thing is to go in that direction so you can get your legs back involved. So as a big, you probably get away with rolling people completely in that position. I would get away from that mentality, and don't use that to roll them, but you saw all the space that you had created here between hips and legs. Bump them, thinking, approach it from a little guy's perspective. Like, you're not really going to roll them, but what you're going to do is allow space for your legs to get back involved. Half guard, and then work from there. And Ryan, just make sure you stay heavy in front of Jim's shoulder, a little bit more heavy to flatten him back out here, or step up strong, isolate this. Also, when you roll people in these positions, Jim, they're reversals, so are no points scored from them. So another reason why I'm not an enormous fan of rolling. Now, you are on top, which is always better, but just keep that in mind. Nice try trying to break Jim down there. Reset towards middle. Because it's in a submission, Ryan is going to get 2 points for that. Ref really wants them to go. Yeah, when it's like a pseudo near submission, guys, and it goes out of bounds like that, and they have to reset, it's 2 points back to the feet. Good job pushing out to get a reset. You guys did almost kill those poor kids over here. That's what G was pointing out. Good head control in this position. So Jim, you're probably tired because this is finals. Don't stand so upright, okay? And not that you have to be the aggressor, but you are the bigger guy here. Use your weight. Try to make Ryan carry your weight next time. I liked where you were going with using the hands on top of the head. Forced Ryan to pull guard again, to be quite honest. I think this is... Yeah, he gets in deep. Oh, careful with that one. That was an odd guard pull all around. Odd and takedown, just an odd position. Let's see that for a sec. Yeah, so that just so we're clear. So typically because Ryan had underhook here, that would be considered so typically that'd be considered like in a disadvantageous position. I think Jim was telling the ref that Ryan had a verbal tap there on the way down because Ryan might have yelled. I just started saying, nope, keep going, guys. Advocating for my competitor. Yep, another bump. Careful about bumping that way, dude. And careful about leaving this arm here. Ryan can't punch you. It's Ryan's job to consume space. So you're almost doing the work for him when you pull him on top in these situations. Sometimes you need to grip, but here is... just careful. This is not one of those times where I would recommend gripping. And then careful leaving it low. Yep. And then, yeah, this is the end. Ryan, I would have rather seen you fought to have stayed on top. Obviously, we know that the submission gets caught here with that wrist lock. I can't see what's going on with your left hand, Jim. Jim, you'll have to tell me where your left hand is. Did you keep it behind the back of his head the whole time? It looks kind of like it. I mean, I would have had this arm involved trying to protect this arm a little bit more. I know you were trying to crunch down. Maybe you're trying to use that arm so that you could keep him stacked in that position. Yeah. Yeah. And Ryan, you did the correct thing corkscrewing underneath. Just don't go for stuff, though, like that against an ultra heavyweight. And Jim, as an ultra heavyweight, especially when we're down that many points, I don't know if I would pull. Even if you thought Ryan was going to get the takedown, it's 8-0. What's another 2 points? But you being on top, I would assume you have a better chance of you getting the submission or at least getting a pass to mount and maybe having the chance to catch up on those points. So just my 2 cents, guys. Good job, good match. On to the next.